That's what your star player was doing on Thursday night.
Hey,
Yo, 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 what's good? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Rashad Milligan. This is the road to 5K subs. If this is your first time on the channel, I don't know what to say. Adam gotta keep it going because I gotta keep it going all day. All right. This is something a few people have texted me about. One person called me about this. So it's a hot enough topic being, I guess, like my experience. I've been talking about my career and my experience with things a lot more lately on this channel. And I don't know. I just feel like maybe it offers a different perspective that you wouldn't have gotten elsewhere. And that's the value that you can bring, Rashad. Anyways, I'm about to pull up USA Today's story on the story about the Washington Post while you all are here. So here we go. Kim Mulkey blasts reporter, threatens lawsuits for what she calls a hit piece. Excuse me. This was written by, hold on. Let me shout out who this was. Lindsay Schnell. Shout out to Lindsay Schnell. Kim Mulkey is going nuclear. One day after rumors started circulating on social media about a major investigative piece that the Washington Post was planning to publish on the LSU coach now in their third year in Baton Rouge, Mulkey gave a fiery statement during Saturday, during the Tigers press conference. Mulkey, who last year led LSU to its first national championship in women's basketball, said to a reporter from the Post has been trying to put a hit piece together for 2 years. She said she has hired the best defamation law firm in the country, and I will sue the Washington Post if they publish a false story on me. Not too many people are in a position to hold these type of journalists accountable, but I am, and I'll do it. Mulkey said the reporter Kent Babb. Oh, I know Kent. Kent Babb had contacted both former coaches who worked under Mulkey and former players, including ones who have previously noted displeasure with her, and tried to quote-unquote trick the coaches into talking while offering players, well, I guess just being anonymous, if they say negative things about me. She said the reporter told coaches he was with Mulkey in Baton Rouge, implying that she'd be fine with them speaking. She said Saturday that those coaches felt distraught and completely misled. A Washington Post spokesperson declined to comment. And yeah. So, let me see if there's anything else here on this story. Hold on, I'm going to keep scrolling down. Lindsay Schnell. Mulkey said she previously told the reporter she would not meet with him because she didn't appreciate a piece he wrote on LSU football coach Brian Kelly. This is exactly why people don't trust journalists and the media anymore. It's these kind of things. Ooh, a lot to unpack here. It's these kind of sleazy tactics and hatchet jobs that people are tired of. I'm fed up, and I'm not going to let the Washington Post attack this university, this awesome team, or me without a fight. Mulkey said the Post contacted LSU earlier this week on Tuesday with dozens or more than a dozen questions, and after said the deadline to respond on Thursday. And said the deadline to respond was Thursday. The Tigers played their first game of the NCAA tournament on Friday, hanging on to 70. Oh, man. She called it a ridiculous deadline. Oh, buddy. I have some stuff to say about this. Okay, before I forget this stuff, Mulkey said she viewed the timing of the ploy by the Post to distract her from the postseason, where the Tigers are trying to become the first team since 2016 to repeat as national champions. It ain't going to work, buddy. All right. Before I forget and go into the other stuff, let's get into this. She said it was ridiculous, a ridiculous deadline to go on Thursday when they played their first game on Friday. You know what your star player was doing, Kim Mulkey, on Thursday? Thursday night, to be exact. She was going back and forth with her ex-boyfriend over TikTok. That's what your star player was doing on Thursday night. 16 hours before the game, she's sending subliminal shots at her ex-boyfriend on TikTok. The day before that, she went on Instagram Live to announce she was single. It hit TMZ and every other gossip blog for the rest of the week. You're a star player. Not someone from the outside. Not Jaden Daniels. Not Coach O or whoever the coach is. Kelly. Whoever the coach is at LSU now with football. Wasn't Shaq. It was someone in your organization. You're a star player. Your man's. Know what one of your starting guards was doing hours before your first game in the NCAA tournament? They were promoting their next single with NLE Choppa. And granted, I know how the music industry goes. I know a thing or two about it. That thing was done way beforehand. They scheduled it to put it out Friday, scheduled the promotion post. She probably ain't even do the promotion post. But from the outside looking in, it looked like the guard was promoting the music right before the tournament. Which is a smart move by the team, by the way. Because a lot of people are just going to be watching the tournament. And then when they say she makes music, they're going to look her up and see that right there. Fresh song, fresh off the presses. Then your freshman just announced a deal with Jordan Brand. Congratulations, by the way. Shout out to Michaela for that. Congratulations, Jordan Brand deal. And then another one of your guards went viral for getting caught on camera, multiple cameras, for calling out their former team and saying they were going to get their behinds whooped. They ended up losing. I picked against what the guard said. I said they were going to win anyway. Shout out Jack Harlow. And she was right. Salute to her. I say all this to say, if anything was going to be a distraction from LSU this week, in the first round where they struggled to beat a 14-seeded Rice, it was going to be LSU themselves. It was going to be LSU itself that distracted the team from their first round game and the start of their title defense. It's going to be themselves. Not the Washington Post, not Kent Babb, not this hit piece. It's going to be you guys in that locker room. Okay, now that I got that off, here's another one. I want to also touch on this. Hold on. Where she said, should I go back? Where she said, this is why people don't trust journalists anymore. This is exactly why people don't trust journalists in the media anymore. It's these kind of sleazy tactics. And look at Mackenzie. That's my former coworker. I'm sorry, y'all. It's these kind of sleazy tactics and hatchet jobs that people are tired of. I'm fed up, and I'm not going to let the Washington Post attack this university, this awesome team, or me without a fight. Sounds kind of similar to a specific politician, doesn't it? I'm just saying. I'm just on out there. The tone of that statement lines with one particular group of Americans. I'm just saying. I'm saying take people's answers with a grain of salt. See where they're coming from. Okay, all right. This one. I'm just saying. What's the next thing I want to talk about? So, that was that statement. I guess the thing I wanted to say with my experience. So yes, what Mulkey said isn't new at all. It's not a new concept at all of coaches, public figures, sports teams, athletes, anybody like that going back and forth with the local media or media period, because this is national media, going back and forth with the media. It happens a lot, and it happened to me. I don't, like I said, I never really get too much into details on this, but I have a couple times more recently in the past couple months about a situation I was in. So, for those of you who don't know, once again, my name is Rashad Milligan. If you are new to the channel, this is World 5K Subs. My last job, my previous job, I worked in a town called Jackson, Mississippi. and I was at the Clarion Ledger over there. That is the USA Today paper in Mississippi. It was a long time just popular paper in Mississippi, and then the USA Today bought it, and they were, buying up like a bunch of stuff for their network, the USA Today network across the country. Anyways, that was my last job. So my previous job, I should say, not because I have a job right now in Atlanta, rolling out. As again, you can see a lot of those interviews and stuff on this channel here. But yeah, so in my former job, I'm there for a year, and then in comes this guy named Deion Sanders, and we butted heads a lot. And I'm trying to think of. So, I was already kind of like on bad terms with him, and going into the summer after his spring season, his first season at Jackson State, the spring season, at the end of that season, I was pretty much on bad terms with them, and pretty much kind of like kicked off the premises. Literally kicked off the premises. He invited me to a practice. He invited all the local media to a practice, and did it just in the first 15 minutes to ask who did something that he didn't like. And once I said it was me, he told me to get off the daring field, and then had security come once I was off the field to escort me off the campus altogether. So anyways, we weren't on good terms at the end of spring season going into the summer. And then Jackson State ends up signing this guy named Quay Davis. Quay Davis is the highest rated recruit in Jackson State history at the time. And, obviously Travis Hunter kind of smashed that a year later. But at the time, he was the highest rated. And he is a previous signee with the University of Kansas. People wanted to know why a guy would be not just committed, but signed to Kansas and then go to Jackson State. And the reasoning was because Kansas cut ties with the signee. Why did they cut ties with the signee? Well, he was being alleged and questioned and everything like that for abusing of someone close to him in his life, allegedly at the time. And it was just a dark situation, allegedly. The woman allegedly went on social media and kind of posted pictures of what she claimed came from the accused person. So these were all things that we saw through previous reports in Kansas, looked up ourselves with the records in Dallas, Texas, and in that area. And we literally wrote what the record said, everything like that. And we were going to run it. So all the higher ups at USA Today, they were talking to Jackson State, and they said, hey, we're going to run this story. They said, don't run the story. Said, hey, we're going to run the story. Rashad, you got to write the story like it's your job. So I write the story, and Jackson State, allegedly, there were some talks between the paper and Jackson State of don't do this, or, this going to happen. I'll just keep it at that. Story comes out. I'm driving from Jackson, Mississippi to Birmingham, Alabama for Media Day, Spike Media Day. So I'm driving there. The story came out right when I'm driving. And so I get a call from his lawyer, the football player's lawyer, the guy being accused. So he calls me and he says, we're going to sue y'all for, slander. This ain't even right. We aren't going to do this, what you said we're going to do, and this and that. And I said, well, sir, I called you 10 times. I called you twice a day during the entire time of putting together the story. You never picked up. And he said, my client ain't doing this, doing that. We gonna sue y'all. All right. Hung up. Kept driving. About maybe an hour or two later, get a call from Jackson State. I talked to somebody. They put me on the phone with somebody else. And they talked big talk to me, and rah, 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 rah. I said, okay, all right, bet. Hang up again. Get to the hotel. Go to sleep. Wake up in the morning. Put on my little Media Day clothes, head on down to Media Day. We head to Media Day. Jackson State, they freezing us out. They don't want to talk until I leave the circle, till I leave the scrum. Thankfully, we had another reporter there. They didn't know that. And so I did. The other reporter got the clips and stuff like that. USA Today ended up running that story that night, and it went viral. And that kind of blew my name up on that side of things, and that's how I got back to Atlanta. I say all that to say, they threatened to sue me. They threatened to do all these things, and none of it happened. You know why? Because the story was completely true. And I got it straight from the legal documents, and I got it straight from the courts, and I got it straight from, other reports. And if I got stuff from other reports, I cited other reports. If I got stuff from the girl, got it stuff directly from the girl's social media. I called the girl, left messages to the girl, emailed to the girl. She didn't pick up or anything like that. And called the lawyer multiple times to defend themselves. Nothing. Jackson State, they didn't want to comment on it. We said they didn't want to comment. So we put all these things and made it a fair story. We reported it as fair as can be. Somebody asked on Twitter, why is it taking 2 years for this guy to come out with the story? The way that it works, if you're doing a big piece like that where you're going to allege some very serious things, and the way that she gave this like prerequisite or precursor or this story and gave a whole rant about it and stuff, is because it's probably going to be some extremely heavy stuff in here. Whether it's she once told a girl hold your pee and or pee in the bucket and drink it. I don't know what she gonna say, but however bad it could be for Kim Mulkey or whatever, it's probably really bad, right, for her to do this. And so I say all that to say, if you're gonna write something like that that's heavy, you have to be very careful, because if you don't do it the right way, you will get sued. And you will lose a lot of money, and you'll lose your reputation and your job, but this and that, it's just a bad situation. So the reason why a story like that would take 2 years is because you have to get the story, you have to get the quotes, you have to get someone to agree to talk, you have to get someone to, and then if they want to talk but they want to be anonymous, you have to go through a process with your company and get them approved to be unanimous, and then you have to verify what the person said, because it can't just be this person said this person said that. You got to verify what they said. So you got to talk to multiple other people, or it's just one person who was salty at Kim Mulkey for not playing her enough when she was 21, and she's 31 now. There's layers to build the validity of the story. You can't just throw out BS, especially if you work at the Washington Post. I was just telling you what I was doing at a local paper in Mississippi. Yes, it was USA Today, but at the baseline, a local paper in Mississippi, I had to do all of these things. If I'm on a local community paper out in Douglasville, like I was at the beginning of my career, I had to do all of these things. If you're touching on something that's sensitive, you have to talk to multiple people, get it verified, and make sure that the story makes sense. It can't just be, I hate Kim Mulkey, I think she's a racist. I think Kim Mulkey hates black people. I think Kim Mulkey is Trump. So you can't just do that, all right? You have to have ABC, these are the reasons, these are the people I talked to, here's the people to back it up, here's the numbers to back it up, here's the camera footage. You have to do your due diligence, and I'm sure this man after 2 years has done his due diligence, and that's why the story is going to be so good, and that's why Kim Mulkey is so afraid. That is what I think of the situation. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Now I'm gonna look at my bracket to finish off this video, but that is my perspective as someone in the media who has experienced something like that, where they threaten, oh, I'm gonna sue you, oh, you this and that, and they don't talk to you afterwards, and they hate you, and I'm just the worst person ever, and I'm this and that, and I'm this and that, whatever, bro. So yes, apparently I got 220 points. I ranked 2 million in the 32 percentile. Is that bad, or I don't know? Let's see. Let's scroll down. I got that right. West Virginia. Dang. I should have picked Princeton, boy. Oh, I picked Princeton. Okay. Dang, look at this. Green. Irish Spring Green. Oh, here's when it gets a little ugly. Louisville lost. A&M. I picked A&M. Dang, Nebraska won by 2. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. That was a good pick. That was a good pick. Even though I was wrong, that was still a good pick. I picked, Creighton beat UNLV pretty bad too. I ain't gonna lie, that's the only one that looks bad. The rest of these losses are 2-point losses, bro. Yeah. Okay, I got these wrong. Well, oh, I said Florida State because they got the better player. But nope, Alabama won. They got Lawson. Pick Michigan over Kansas. Okay. Kansas won that one. Let me see. I got Gonzaga. Oh, I picked UC Irvine to win. Dang. Oh, I'm tweaking. Well, I hope Utah wins. All right, here we go. Syracuse. Did I pick Syracuse? I picked Arizona? Why did I pick Arizona, bro? Oh, I'm tweaking, dog. I'm glad I picked UConn. I was this close to picking Jackson State. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie. The one thing I'm mad about is that I picked Arizona over Syracuse. I was tweaking with that. Everything else I could live with. And there was another one that I was like kind of blowed over. Oh, it was a two-point game over here in Nebraska and A&M. But that is it. That is all I have today, guys. I hope your brackets are looking relatively well or healthy or some sort of that nature. I just wanted to get my piece on the Kim Mulkey situation for real because I knew a lot of people were kind of talking about it just around the space, and I wanted to give my 2 cents and kind of my experience with something similar like that, and let you guys know that it happens all the time. And it just happens when you just present the truth. Honestly, that's just what it is. A lot of people don't want the truth out. A lot of people only want their truth out, because like Flage said in a deleted tweet, no one's perfect. You know what I mean? She said that today. No one's perfect. We all got to give us grace. It's our first time doing this whole life thing. You got to give humans grace. That's 100%. But at the same time, it doesn't mean just because you're not perfect that people whose job is to tell what happened can't tell what happened. The job of journalism isn't to make you comfortable. And I guess I'll just leave it at that. That's not their job. It's not to make you feel good. It's not to make you feel bubbly and warm inside. There's some feel-good stories. There's some things like that. But in reality, it's to tell the truth of what's really going on. Sometimes what's really going on is ugly. Sometimes what's really going on is beautiful. But you got to tell both sides. It just is what it is. My name is Rashad Milligan. If you're new to the channel, this is the road to 5K subs. Please take care of yourselves and have an amazing Sunday, or Monday, or Tuesday, or Wednesday, or Thursday, or Friday, or Saturday, or Sunday next week.